Go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris is not here.
All white piece start here.
And Meme not able to really utilize that L for anything. Just kind of not accommodating for the stack.
Ooh.
And miss drop.
Little mistiming to begin. But these players, like the endurance is what's been interesting. Like that game 4 previously, yes, it was a terrible piece sequence, but I also think fatigue had to be a factor for the players going that hard, that long.
I mean, Fractal, I'm not sure if the audio was working for stream whenever Fractal gave his interview whenever Agamescout talked about that portion. But Fractal mentioned he's like, after that game 3, he wanted to get some water. He picked up the water and his hand was shaking. And then he looked at Alex T and saw that his hand was shaking too. So the pressure that these players put on each other is quantifiable. You can see it. And especially, we talked about all weekend now, Fractal, always, jovial and all that. Mm-hmm. But this time we saw him stressed. Definitely the pressure was relevant.
The seriousness did come out that time. And I've had a couple Smash players come ask me questions about this, and they're it's not a versus game. So it's literally the player versus the CPU, but the pressure is real, your competition is real, and the endurance that these players face versus a Smash player goes maybe 5 to 10 minutes at most at a time. It's a
match
different
can
level.
Go an hour.
Yeah,
over here.
That's why we don't do double elim. You don't do double elim? No, they go for an hour at a time.
Speaking about going for an hour at a time, this drought is lasting quite a long.
Jeez.
Maybe not an hour, but don't tell me. Are we going to exceed what we saw in the game 1 between? Wait, what?
Okay.
50. We saw. I think it was 63.
51, 52, 53.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we got
way.
57.
Where's the bar?
They're handling it.
60-piece drought.
61.
This is worse than the drought earlier.
64,
65.
There it is.
Oh
Tetris.
my gosh.
Both players handling that beautifully.
What is up with the first game of semifinals having 60-plus piece droughts?
Damn you, Alex Kerr.
No, it's Zimpro's fault. He's the judge. Or actually, no, it's the player's fault because they both pressed select for the seeds.
Oh.
So they picked their own poison.
I just like to think of mad scientist Alex Kerr creating these seeds. Oh, I'm going to put an 80-piece here and a 65 here.
Seems like
it's a better visual. Lab coat, evil glasses.
But despite all that, little drum, little excitement, Knight has taken the lead, 229,191.
And again, another reason to keep the 18 starts. Our pro players handling that kind of sequence masterfully. You just wouldn't see that if we did all 19 only.
Yeah, plus, a lot of players like that opportunity to, kind of settle down, get back into the groove. Because you also see this with, Faster Masters where on CTM where they just go 19 starts all the way. Mm-hmm. And there isn't really a time to, get back into the rhythm. You go from, going on 29 speed right back to 19, not a proper time, gather yourself, maybe, take a breather, because especially how intense these matches can get, it is a possibility that, after these matches, the heart is pounding out of the chest.
Hitting the brakes and getting a chance to breathe is good for all. But I'm also glad they do Faster Masters, like change it up with the formats a bit. So room for all of it.
346 for Knight, 290 for Meme. And
so one and a half Tetris. The other thing with Masters Champs is that Tetris difference, so we don't have to do math in our heads.
I still like doing math. Just like I like the hexadecimal.
I like Meme or Knight just getting away from rolling for a bit. Maybe there's some hand issues. We saw her shaking her arm during quals earlier, so I hope that's not a festering issue. We want to see both players at peak optimal performance here.
Whereas because they can go playing, some playing as early as 10:30.
Yeah.
Fractal was part of that first qual session. So he's been, not only has Fractal been playing, but he's also been helping with commentary, helping with judging. Really, Genesis was a combined effort, not just from the main organizational staff like you and me, but also from the players helping fill in commentary, helping make the bronze bracket go smoothly today. So Smash players got to, share in some of that classic Tetris glory.
Well, and you know, you could be a little humble there, but you've been working your butt off this whole weekend, Shark. You've kind of taken the lead with the volunteers and getting people where they need to be, on top of playing, on top of getting that tremendous qual. So
I can't take full credit for that. Dani has also helped a lot. There's been late hotel nights, us two just working together to try and, you know, sort everything out. It's a combined effort, and without everyone playing their part, this would not gone as smoothly, or borderline couldn't even happen.
for sure, this is the best regional we put on now, and it's a major in my book.
Yeah. Something else that's major is transition.
Yes,
589 for Knight, 520 or 552 now for me. So the players are on that faster speed. We're going to have 10 levels of this, and then of course we are going to transition, if we get to 29, to another speed, a third gear, if you will, before we move on to the final gear.
Still waiting for that 39. We haven't seen it yet tonight. I think these two can do it for us, but long way to go.
Yeah, that 39, the definitive gear. And that's because there was, even, you know, in the last match, there was so much pressure on these players. Seeing that 39 was just going to be difficult because of how aggressive that they were having to play, and then how punishing the pieces were.
Yeah. And the deficits were so great that one player had to go super aggressive going for Tetrises, which is why we didn't see those super kill screens. When you see the closer matches at the 39 or the 29 point, then you'll probably be more likely to see the 39.
And we're likely to see some more Tetrises, as now both players are keeping the gap pretty close. 715 for Memes, 730 for Knight.
Half Tetris lead.
Nice burns. Meme knocks in a Tetris. And, ooh, set up the Z-spin tug.
Nice.
Love to see it. And a Tetris will be scored, bringing Meme into the lead temporarily before Knight takes it back.
These players have been playing with this differential between the two for a good 2-3 minutes.
It's just back and forth. There's a Tetris for Knight, furthering the lead. And there's a Tetris for Meme, cutting it back down.
Just mistake-free Tetris through the 19 speed.
Knight Tetris ready. So is Meme. Tetris for Knight, Tetris for Meme.
Knight nails the spin with ease.
And JP's dependency gets filled. And I like the way that Knight played that T piece, deciding not to throw it over to the left. Found a better piece, which was that L piece. And now they've just been exchanging Tetrises. The lead has been stuck at 14,000 for, I feel like, the past few levels.
You rarely see two clean games like this.
There it is, Tetris for Meme.
Oh, there's the opportunity for Meme to jump ahead. 2, 3.
So, yeah, both players have maxed out. 1,018,000, 1,002,000 Knight. Still holding on to this lead, but this drought is actually doing Knight a couple of favors. Meme has not been able to utilize these long bars for Tetrises, and so despite Knight having that small slowdown, still is in the lead.
10 lines of 29.
We're looking at, looks like Knight's just going to try and get the board under control. Meme, oh, this is a very uncomfortable board. There's 4 lines to go. That's going to be a triple, so has 1 line to go. Knight also 30 Tetris.
1 Tetris lead for Knight heading into double transition.
Nicely done. Both players bringing the stack down to the bottom. Knight holding on to the lead just barely. And those are a couple of missteps over there for Knight.
You don't want to build a Tetris well on the left at 29 speed.
And right now, Knight with that hang, I think that's going to be fatal. And yeah, that's the top out for Knight. So Meme has to do a chase down. It's not over. It's not over. Meme needs a Tetris. 1 million. Oh,
there
gets the long bar just in time.
Whew.
Game 1 goes to Meme. So let's go and get them counted down. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tetris.
L-O. I was hoping for another
LOL.
Yeah. Instead, we get LOS.
Laws.
Yeah, you take some Spanish?
Los.
Yeah. And already a bit complicated. Knight forcing to fill in the dependency first. And it's going to be a bit rewarded. So Knight going to be able to get away with fewer burns to get that first Tetris. and couldn't find the long bar on the second one, so we're going to be just about a single and a half away from being tied. And these O pieces,
the
oh
O
my
tower.
gosh. This sequence has been brutal for Knight.
Wow.
And there's a drought. And that only burns one line.
I mean, she's going to get out of this. Although Meme isn't doing that much better.
Knight's doing the best that she can. Eyepiece comes when the well is covered. Man, these seeds today. Finally, the well is reopened, and another long bar dependency has been built as the well is closed.
Yeah, Meme's clean now, so...
This is a suffer. But I do like some of the placements Knight's going for. This long bar, nowhere to be found. You'd love to see it. Wouldn't be classic Tetris without a classic drought. And, of course, it wouldn't be a classic drought without you being able to use the long bar at the end.
And you know what? I'm going to praise Knight for not getting cheeky and trying to go for dirty Tetrises up here. We're seeing a lot of our players do that, Tetris time especially during his qual run, and it's fun to watch and everything, but I'm a believer in fundamentals and staying alive first.
Yeah, but we also saw with Hana going for the lengthy downstack yesterday up against Fractal in the finals, led to a 300,000 point deficit just about. And so maybe if there were, a couple dirty Tetrises sprinkled in, that deficit wouldn't have been as big. So it's a weird balancing game that you have to do, especially you got to evaluate.
Tetris down the middle to solve that, so.
You got to evaluate where your opponent is and it's like, all right, do I need to go aggressive or should I just focus on cleaning? Because then the last thing you want is for a sunk cost fallacy to seek in.
Sure. So up to a 5 Tetris lead now for Meme, but needing to do a clear. So behind the 8 ball after that pretty crushing loss in game 1. Knight just needs to reset, and she's going to go to DAS for a bit.
The board is low enough. There is a long bar dependency that has been created, so
yeah, maybe
that has to be addressed.
Well, there, yeah.
He's now set up for a Tetris
with a perfect. Oh, okay.
I like the ideas behind it. If the pieces follow, it could be great. No, they didn't quite get Knight what she was looking for. It might opt to go for something here in the center now as Meme with a long bar dependency. So this actually is a potential opportunity for Knight to close the gap because I don't anticipate this being cleaned up too quickly by Meme.
Well, first things first, Knight needs long piece.
So
and
this
drought's up to 16. Okay, not too bad. Only 20.
Yeah. Welcome to Texas, where we give droughts to everyone. Because these players have been looking quite needy for some long bars.
I'm trying to spare the California drought jokes, but
yeah, it's too soon.
The elephant in the room.
Too soon.
Elephant in the room for sure.
But 381 for Meme, 287 for Knight, up by 100,000 points, 5 Tetrises.
So transition coming up.
And right now we are back at one of those stages where things are calm. There's no drama. All you hear is just your own thoughts.
And the random screams of Smash fans.
The random screams from Smash players. And the sound of your own heartbeat as you draw closer and closer to that level 19 speed increase.
Do these players like to have the sound on? That's been a bit of a debate this weekend, too. Some players like the sound.
The sound of what?
The game.
I didn't mind it. But of course I was blasting my music, so.
Yeah, you like to groove.
And speaking about grooving, we're about to groove our way right into level 19 as there's the bar for Meme. Going to transition at 543. Knight looking for one more Tetris.
And 550 is the target of our top tier players into transition.
Ooh, Knight's going to transition, able to get those pieces over to the left, right, and you can see like the eyebrows raised on eyes, like, oh, that came a bit sooner than expected. But both players are in a clean position. There's a Tetris for Knight. And goes for the S overhang, finds the O piece, now looking for the long bar. Down by 7 Tetrises, just under 200,000 point deficit. Is going to try and bite into that with a Tetris, looking for a J piece now. Couldn't quite find it, and didn't rotate both pieces there. Fortunate timing on that L piece, so was able to go for that upper level burn. But still, down stacking effort is now being committed.
Oh no, that could be it.
Could get dangerous. Knight looking for certain pieces, not quite finding it. A J piece is needed, gets I piece instead. And
oh my goodness.
Wait, hold on, there still is a chance. Great flat burns over there from Knight. Nice flat L all the way over to the left, gonna go for a flat placement. O piece couldn't quite make it all the way over, and that's gonna be a top out for Knight. The effort was there, but the pieces were not. Meme takes game number 2 and is 1 game away from advancing to the finals. Going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
All right. Clone-tris. Clone-tris. Keep it going. There we go. I'm liking it.
I sense. Oh, we're starting to get into spots where. Wow.
Yeah.
Meme adjusted.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is 20-some pieces in. This is pretty cool.
There's Knight went for the skim, and that's going to allow Knight to actually get that Tetris. But both players are going to have to take a burn, just in different spots. Fortunately, the timing on the bars was a bit favorable to both.
It's a bit of a game of chicken to see who burned first, and Knight went ahead and took the safety, being down 2 games.
It just was kind of difficult to try and find what to do, because whenever players are stacking the same, you know they're thinking the same, and whenever the pieces aren't aligned with the stack, especially if both of you are stacking the same, one of y'all is going to have to compromise, or y'all both are going to end up in a situation where you're having to take burns.
Right.
Nice tuck over there for Meme. Looking a little uncomfortable, but should be fine at this moment. And there it is, Tetris for Meme. And ooh, a little bit of an early shift over there. Or not that early shift, but a pullback of the square. Did create that J piece dependency that did get filled.
Filling dependency first. With the way these droughts have been, you might never see another line again.
But I think that's also the exact reason why the dependency is filled. Because if you take the Tetris and you run into another 60-piece drought, RNG forbid, you would have to deal with that long bar dependency. Whereas you fill it in, yeah, you might not have been able to use it for a Tetris, but your board is in a much healthier state.
Game theory for sure. Look at this difference. Did he retire? Oh, nice line spin. It's never not cool.
He moved behind the scenes.
Okay.
But definitely it was, that went for film theory, food theory, style theory. And of course, my favorite, Tetris theory.
Did he do one?
No, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I was talking about what I did on stream, Tetris theory. I think he did at one point. But enough theorizing, let's live in the reality, which is this game right now. Knight's down by a Tetris at 280. Meme is at 299.
You know, at Jonas Cup, I did claim Meme as the upcoming star, and you know, with her performance today, you got to think she's one of the favorites to take the title in Pasadena in June. But
I say upcoming star. Maybe just because of like how recent achievements is, but Meme has always been a terrifying player to go up against. I mean, the match between Meme and Richie has been forever burned into my brain because of all the amount of like post-calculation stuff, because Richie did not have a game genie. So any points that you score it and chase down past max out, we had like 3 judges separately calculating him. So I will never forget that. But Meme had just a high average throughout all 6 of those games up against Richie, and so it's always been a player of that caliber.
Yeah, I can imagine having to do that much work that'll be burned in your life forever. It's like having to work overtime all night.
And with the advent of rolling, it's just like Meme's potential has been great, even greater realized, as we are tied 403-560 to 403-560. There it is. Knight is clean and Tetris ready. There it is Tetris for Knight. And we're seeing a lot healthier game this time around, despite how there was some funky stuff that happened in the middle portion. But 600K transitions are on the table. We're definitely getting 500K transitions.
For sure. But you said it, not me.
Yeah, but
when they don't get it, it's not my fault.
Yeah, the last time you said it, not me, what happened? They both got 600K. Now, it's probably not going to happen this time, as little couple of rough pieces and a drought. See, this is actually your fault because you brought to the attention that I said it. If you didn't bring it to attention, they would have got the bar here. And speaking about getting the bar here,
okay.
Knight needs a lot more than that. Nice, great timing on that bar. Now needs to deal with that left side.
Got it.
Good eyepiece. Would love a J to go for the triple. And decided to use the eyepiece instead, which is actually better. It's going to work out. Nice. A J piece. Okay, so Knight's just going to use all the eye pieces for the J piece dependencies. It works out. Knight's down stacked. The well is open, and transition is nearby.
But the lead has increased to 100,000. You just can't give me any openings at all.
Nice adjustment over there for Knight, trying to go for one more Tetris because he's going to be forced to burn that triple. Take a single, and then Knight's going to transition. 530, very respectable. However, Meme is going to transition with a... There it is. A 657. Jinx, you owe me a soda later. I'm messing with you.
Yeah.
But still, 681 for Meme, 100,000 point lead. And it's not like Knight played bad. Getting, 550 or higher is always good. It's just kind of whenever your opponent plays that good and that efficient, now you're just having to play from behind, and level 19 has just begun.
And I'm a fan of not changing your game for your opponent, and you want to play perfect, or you might want to tell yourself to play perfect when you're playing somebody like Meme. But if you do that, you're more prone to make a mistake trying to be perfect. And Knight has not played extra aggressive, as we saw in those earlier sequences when she wasn't going for dirty Tetrises during down stacking.
And I don't blame her because,
No.
I mean, we saw just this match alone, a 65-piece drought. I think that's crazy. In a regional, we've seen 2 60-plus piece droughts on the main stage.
Yeah, 15 matches. We don't see that. We don't see that many huge droughts in a CTWC with 63 matches.
But right now, 874. There's 903 for Meme. We're actually looking at a level 24 max.
My goodness. She had at least 2 of those in her run during quals. Which is one of the reasons why she got 9, because she was getting to the million points faster than normal.
And Knight with a couple of misdrops, so is going to have to fix things up. 2 more Tetrises, and actually is going to be early 25.
Oh.
Maybe if a couple of burns were taken, or more high-value burns like some doubles or triples. But still, filling in the dependency.
Another friggin' drought.
You love it.
I do. I love the players handling it. Let's put it that way.
I like to see fair Tetris. You don't want to just see RNG give you all the long bars. You want to see the players work through those difficulties and show you why they're at the level that they're at.
I want to see their skill. Exactly.
1,067,000 for Meme, 893 for Knight. Currently trailing by 5 Tetrises.
So then column 3.
And there it is, Tetris for
Perfect
Knight.
transfer. Well done.
No extra burns were forced either, but now a J is needed. Finds 2 Js, and the well is open, and a Tetris for Knight. 1 Tetris away from the max, but down by nearly 150,000 points.
But at the very bottom of the screen, because you got to think level 29 now. You got to think your setup. You got to think keep it low so I can score those Tetrises post-transition.
And then there it is, a Tetris for Knight. Meme can try and grab 2 more.
And this isn't ideal for a transition, Sharky.
And just like that,
she just cleans it up. Shut up, Chris.
Knight transitions 1,040,000. And oh no! Didn't get the eyepiece in its desired location, and that can't be slid. Knight's going to top out at 1,041,000. Meme with a 1.25 is good for game number 3 with another sweep, if I'm not mistaken, and advances to the finals to play Alex T.
And since James Chen isn't here, 80% Tetris rate. the meme machine marches to the finals, undefeated, ready to take on the champion in the finals coming up. It's going to be great.
Hello. So, nice. This is your first Genesis event. What was your inspiration to come out to this one, and what do you think of the event so far?
Inspirations, just because I play both Smash and Tetris, and being able to play both is amazing.
Your impression of this event so far?
Amazing. This is probably the most fun event I've ever been to, and yeah, it's great.
So, how was your bracket run today? What were your expectations both in the DAS bracket and now this main event?
About what I got, honestly, to make semis in both games, both playstyles, and I was able to do that. So I'd say I met my expectations, but not much more, which is fine.
So what has your personal Tetris journey been like with trying to master both DAS and rolling? Because they are very different ends of the spectrum, but you've excelled at both.
I just play DAS because it's fun. Mainly, I played DAS for like the first 2 years. I was playing Tetris, and I just kind of got good at it then, and never really got worse at it. So as I play a little bit at a time, I just get slowly and slowly better. And then for rolling, I don't know. I'm just good at it. I honestly have probably put in like a few hundred hours into it at most. It just makes sense to me.
When did you make the switch to rolling? Because I know everybody has a different moment where they're like, all right, I got to get on this.
Early 2022. I tried it in a little bit in 2021, but it just didn't really click with me. I went back to it with a new controller, worked way better, just kept going. Was probably honestly around I was in level 40s back when that was the cool thing, and then kind of just switched back between DAS and roll for years until I'm kind of just good at both now.
So I know one of the big things at this event so far has been the continued rise of meme, and you got to play her. What is it like both observing memes play this weekend and then getting to play her?
I don't know how she went from a top 25 player to a top 4 player in 3 months, but also playing her, I just any mistake I did just never happened to me. So basically I just had to play perfect and keep up, and then it's not very easy, especially when you've played 3 hours and it's a super long day, the lights are on you, it's really distracting, and then you just see meme, 1.2 in a kill screen, okay, got it. So yeah, I went about how I expected.
Well, you gave us a great show this weekend, and you got a fantastic match versus our Rising Stars Row, our Rising Star Meme, and so many others. Great performance. We're glad you came out. Thanks again, Knight. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And back to you.